So how they actually collect this personal information? The most common way, these digital platform, the way that they collect this information was using third-party cookie. Can everyone see the full screen here? Can you see the full slide? Actually, I have your cameras on the bottom there, so I will just worry that whether that will block your site here. So however, that's okay. So they use third-party cookies. Third-party cookies are implemented by third party. It's not the website owner itself. It's not the firm itself. However, it is implemented by the advertisers or other third parties. So these third-party cookies, yeah, but I think it looks good. It's a digital cookie.
Yeah,
So,
hungry.
So yeah, so you can see that the third-party cookies actually provide this information to the data brokers or the advertisers. And what they do is that they have this cross-website connections. So even though you go to other websites, they are all connected and they can provide you the advertisement what you based on what you're seeing on your websites or based on your identity or attributes that you have here. However, this kind of third-party cookies, the digital platforms like Google, Apple, and Facebook, all these, and also Mozilla, which owns Firefox browser, they were saying that because we care about your information, we're gonna ban this, the usage of third-party cookies. That makes sense. That was a huge move in this area. However, Google delayed this process. So they were saying that they're gonna ban this by 2021. However, they delayed it to 2023. Can anyone guess what was the reason behind it?
Their clients didn't want them to do that.
Right, exactly. Just
I would
first,
guess that they need time to have some alternate plan of data collection and put in place.
Yeah,
Super
actually,
cookies.
Yeah, that is true. As Professor Milkus just mentioned, their clients are advertisers. Their major clients are advertisers, so they were against it. They wanted to have a substitution of an alternative solution for it. So Google was thinking about that part and they delayed the process. And also, second thing, Google is one of the largest advertiser. So you know that they own DoubleClick. So since they are also one of the biggest, largest advertiser, they need a plan. Do you know what is their new plan? Actually, they are saying that we're not gonna collect your attributes. However, we're gonna map it back to a larger topic. So basically, it's exactly the same what they did before, but they're just changing the name. And based on the topic, then we will define you. So they're just saying that we're gonna like not have a very narrowed characteristics. However, we're just gonna have some kind of more like broader topic to define yourself. That was the previous approach. However, now there is a new approach. Actually, what they're doing is that they're using first-party cookies. So first-party cookies are implemented by the company itself, the website owner itself. It is mostly about functionality, and this first-party cookie collects a lot of different types of information about yourself, including your password, to remember when you just go back to the website for your convenience. This is implemented by the company itself. What Facebook was doing is that Facebook was actually sending out a first-party cookie developed by themselves and asking those websites to install that first-party cookies into their website. So it's developed, and actually it was this delivered by this data brokers. However, this was actually implemented by the website itself. Let me just use this part first here. This was actually one of the case study that one like a lab cookie called CookiePot have done. What was very interesting there was that what Facebook was doing was actually sending out this kind of first-party cookie. And actually this first-party cookies were collecting the information about the web browsing history of the customers. And what they did is that they collect all of this information in the first-party cookie, and then they encrypt that information. And based on that encrypted information, they put that message into the URL. So you know that when you actually go to some kind of websites, when you just start to use the website, you can see that the website address is getting more complicated every time. You can see like there's a lot of like meaningless words that goes after the domain address, right? those were kind of those encrypted messages, and those encrypted messages was sent to Facebook whenever you go to other websites. And one of the information that was collected at that time was the information about, so this was one example coming from, you can see on the bottom here, about 2 Irish and UK governmental websites. What they were actually doing was they were actually collecting this information, health information about HIV and mental illness information in the governmental website. So in the governmental website, they provide you information about HIV and mental illness, right? If you click that information, your information will go to that data broker. It means that they were trying to identify whether you're you or your friends or your relatives or your family members are kind of like a patients of HIV and mental illness. So when you click that information, they identify yourself that you are having some kind of issue with that. So this was one of the ways that actually they were collecting this information from that data brokers. So let me just go back here about this revenue model. So you just saw that they're collecting a lot of different types of information by using this first-party cookies, right? Including whether you are HIV or mental patients as well. The way that actually these, how these data brokers are incentivizing the partners to provide that information is majorly in 2 different ways. So the first, actually the purpose, the data brokers that want to collect this information from their clients is just very simple, right? You can see that in Google, in their advertisement, I got it from their EULA. What they say is that first-party cookies are relied upon primarily when access to third-party cookies is restricted. So basically, they are mentioning that whenever, if they don't have the means to collect information with third-party cookies, they use first-party cookies to collect your information. And also, Oracle is saying that they're using cookies and pixel text. Pixel text is the one that I introduced about Facebook. So that is the way that they collect information, whether you're HIV patients or mental illness patients. So these are the technology which is also used by Oracle as well. There are 2 different main revenue models. I think this will actually answer Professor Milko's question before. The way that actually these company providing incentive to the customers 2 different ways. The first part is the advertisement revenue multiplier. So it means that whenever you provide the information to the data brokers by using the first-party cookies that implemented by the data broker itself, they give you more money. They give you more money for your advertisement revenue. So data brokers ask you to put advertisement on your website, right? However, if you share those information about your customers, then they will give you more advertisement revenue. So they multiply the advertisement revenue. That is the model of Google Advertisement Sense. Oracle is a little different. Oracle is more complicated. What Oracle says is that they have this kind of like a business analytic model. They have the business analytics software. So when you upload your customer information or business information to this business data analytics model, if you provide this information and agree to share this information with us, then we will actually provide you 2 things. Actually, the first thing was that providing you more information about your customers by mapping with the information that they have. And the second thing is that lowering the price of using their own infrastructure. So if you provide this information and share this information about your customer, Oracle will provide discounts on your the usage, and also they will do cross-channel marketing. It means that we will map the information that we have about your customers by adding up those parts, what they have. So basically, they can have information more about their customers by providing their information. And this is the way that Oracle is collecting those information as well. So that is why Oracle has a huge database, basically huge database, because Oracle is famous about ERP system, right? So they are saying that if you provide this information, then also we can give a discount or we can give you more information about your customers. So that is the way that actually they are operating. And this is not something secret. I got this from the privacy policy statement and from their license agreements. So you can easily find this information by yourself when you go to that websites. Also, this report is very interesting. A cookie bot, that is actually, I just told you about these two governmental UK government health government agency was tracked by these first party cookies to identify sorry to identify HIV and mental illness patients, right? So these are very popular way that actually they work on to collect this information. If you're interested about this, just search Google cookiebot governmental cookie report. If you're interested, I can just send you the link later on as well. And also, if you're interested about the data broker industry, it might be really good to read the Federal Trade Commission report in 2014. That was a very detailed report about data brokers. Okay, before I go further here, let me just see.